And this is a project we did for Saint-Gobain PAM, a leader in water supply pipelines. It was created for their 150-year-old reference plant so that they could remain the leader in their market. So we created for them an enterprise solution, and many modules were used for this project. You can see them on the next slide. You have, first of all, vision for the HMIs, perspective for visualization and also mobility, the web dev module to connect to external sources, the reporting module to report all merged data, and also historian, the historian module. For databases, we have used Microsoft SQL Server, and it was mirrored. And the ignition architecture that we've chosen is hub and spoke. One of the very exciting features of that project was pipe tracking. And we also improve the quality control by using HMIs. Another important element is that we use interfacing capabilities to connect the SAP to SAP, the ERP, and the data stored in the VAX also. And thanks to Perspective's mobile capabilities, we were able to connect to provide geolocalization. And I will let Olivier give you more details about each of the features.
Yes, so on the next slide, here's a view of the pipe tracking feature. So as you can see on the left, an operator will add a tracker on the pipe, and RFID readers are installed at strategic positions on the line, and the information gathered in real time along the production of the pipe is attached to the unique identifier in the database. And at the end, all the information is tracked and traced, and you can get a single view of truth for each pipe during the production. On the next slide, so you can see on the left, there is an operator in front of the pipe, and the screen shows him the real-time digital replica of the line. And on the screen, each pipe is one of the real one you can see on the line. The quality control is done by the operator, who can then report the control result to the application. And what's great there is the natural integration on the production line and the smooth user experience. And last thing but not least, there is no more paper. Next slide, you will see on the left an image of the architecture used to gather data from the PLCs to the ERP. So we are using SAP and back. And on the right is how to search the database and the reporting display in the project, so each person can access the same data everywhere. That's what's interesting there, is that connecting to SAP was not initially planned, but it's been really easy to add the right module, which is the web dev module, to connect to SAP via web services. Next, you can see a view of a geolocalization feature in the system. And on the left, the forklift driver can set the position of the products in the warehouse and also retrieves any product directly from a mobile device application. And we are using Perspective. On the right, you can see the desktop version for people in the offices using the same data and geolocalization. Cedric.
Thank you, Olivier. What's truly incredible about this project is that we were able to create an enterprise solution that catered to all the needs of this very old plant with a team of only 6 people. With Ignition, we were able to manage the entire transformation, including SCADA, MES, track and trace, quality control, and many other functions. And we were able to accomplish all this in just a few months at an optimized cost. What we really learned is how much change management is key in such projects. And for that, the Saint-Gobain teams was really helpful. Also, we could go very fast by using Ignition features for what they are and not doing so much or too much scripting or code around these features.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with all of us. You mentioned the ease of integrating with SAP using web dev, and what specifically made that easy? I feel like most people would think that an integration with SAP on the fly like that could be really difficult, you know, kind of a huge shift in the project scope.
Well, there are many possibilities for integration with SAP. It really depends on your needs. In that particular case, we wanted to exchange up-to-date data almost in real time and with the highest level of security. So the web dev module enables data to be exposed from Ignition thanks to web services. And Ignition can also call external web services. This module had not yet been installed, as there were no previous functional requirements that called for the implementation of web service before having to connect to SAP. And it was really quick to add. So the module was really quick to add, even on production servers, and without the need to stop or restart production servers. So Ignition there is a really game changer in this area. I mean, when it comes to patches or new features to be deployed, there's no need to shut down systems, which is essential for 24/7 plans. On the SAP side, the Saint-Gobain team had a way to configure web services to share data. So we agreed on the data to be sent and received in a JSON format. So from Ignition, a few Python scripts trigger the web service calls. The data is sent to SAP. The reverse is also possible, of course. And we use this technical capability to automatically report production quantities to SAP. And the huge improvement for Saint-Gobain is that all KPIs and production figures are now reliable and shared between the different Saint-Gobain teams for better decision making.
Great. I know this project also used RFID, right, and leveraged that to track those pipes as they moved not only down the line but into the warehouse and other facilities. Can you talk a little bit more about the hardware that you used and how you integrated that with Ignition?
Yes, so in this case, the RFID is a specific hardware managed by Saint-Gobain, and all RFID data are collected by many PLC in the plant floor, and they are then sent to Ignition, and they are used to feed the track and trace system. And with those data, it's possible for the production to know where are the pipes on the line at each time of the production. And in the reporting, it is also possible to know what kind of operation has been done at each step of the production of the pipe. And you also can find some quality results in this information. And at the end, when the pipes are finished, we used the mobile devices with perspective application to record the position of the pipes on the storage park and find them easily when it's time to prepare the orders.